The more that Donald Trump has tried to appeal to black voters, the more the media have scrutinized and often criticized his approach. Trump is now calling Hillary Clinton a bigot, and CNN's Anderson Cooper repeatedly pressed him on that.
But how is she bigoted? Bigoted is,
well, because she's selling them down the tubes, because she's not doing anything for those communities. She talks a good game, but she doesn't do anything.
She has hatred or
her policies are bigoted.
Her
policies are bigoted because she knows they're not going to work.
But you're saying she is personally bigoted.
Oh, she is. Of course she is.
I spoke earlier from New York with Ebony Williams, a lawyer and Fox News contributor. Ebony Williams, welcome.
Thank you, Howie. Thanks for having me.
So Clinton accuses Trump of fostering racism. Trump calls Clinton a bigot, although ties it to policies. True or not, most of the mainstream media do not believe Hillary Clinton is a bigot, but do believe that Trump has made racist appeals.
Is that true? Look, I really can't tell you if mainstream media is picking up on it, but I can tell you certainly within some black press units, people are calling Hillary Clinton out on her things that she's had in her past, whether it's calling people super predators or other even policy that her husband and herself have advocated for that have adversely affected the black community. So I do actually think, Howie, that people are aware of that and starting to call her out on that.
What about the ugliness of both of them in August, hurling these incendiary charges at each other, and how does the press cover that?
Oh, it's so nasty. I can tell you again, it's not being well received. I can pretty much guess that they're each just trying to out-slander the other. And what they're doing in this effort, Howard, is they're really just making a mockery of the actual black community and certainly the brown community, too. They're using it as a pawn. They're both using it for political expediency. And it's really transparent. I don't think it's really serving the true need, whether it's political or otherwise, of either candidate.
Well, Donald Trump reacted to what Clinton is saying at a speech in New Hampshire. Let's play a little bit of that.
When Democratic policies fail, they are left with only this one tired argument. You're racist, you're racist, you're racist. They keep saying it. You're racist. It's a tired, disgusting argument.
So it's hard to defend yourself against charges of racism, and Trump is calling this an old Democratic playbook.
Yeah, David Webb, a colleague of ours, has often said that that's kind of the go-to card for the Dems when they don't have anything else to say or when they're losing the argument. I do agree that it's overused. I've been a vocal and staunch critic of the overusage of the term racism. It's deep-seated. It's a serious charge. And in my book, Howard, when you pull that card, you need to have a lot of evidence to back it up. Are there some things in Donald Trump's past? I'm talking about the Central Park Five. I'm talking about housing discrimination that I think legitimately warrant questions around his positions and race and equality? Absolutely. But to just kind of put this blatant charge of racist on him constantly, and again at the mouth of Hillary Clinton, the messenger matters. The fact that Hillary Clinton herself is not a saint on these issues is hugely problematic and hypocritical to me.
Right. So Donald Trump at least is trying to do some outreach to the African-American community, but he's also gotten hit for that, accused of pandering, and then there was the line about, what do you have to lose? You're living in poverty, your schools are no good, you have no jobs. So what do you think of his attempt to do that in a way he's not really getting credit for trying? It's being portrayed as a tactic because he is behind in the election.
I think that I will never criticize anyone for making an effort to engage in the political agenda of a part of this country. So that includes Donald Trump, for having the conversation, doing outreach, making inquiries to find out what he can do to better position himself in the communities of color. I'm going to applaud that as a good faith effort. I do think, though, pandering, I don't really understand why people give people such a hard time about it. Everybody panders.
But does he need to go into, does he need to go into, in the half minute we have left, the communities of color and not just do this in front of largely white audiences?
100%, yes. And see, this is the intention issue that I spoke about earlier this week on Fox News that Donald Trump is having to deal with. Certainly, he's saying a lot of things that are piquing curiosity and interest for the first time. I'm excited to hear that. But they will play better in front of audiences that look diverse, audiences that are not 90–95% white, audience that have people of color in them, black people, brown people, so that there's an authenticity that can be presumed, because he's not only talking about black people, he's actually talking to them.
All right, well, thanks for that authentic commentary, Ebony Williams. Great to see you.
Thanks, Howie.